All right, hello everyone. This is Hunter Doyle from the Take. I'm here with Brennan Davis today, Cubs outfielder in the minor leagues. He's one of the top 100 prospects. I mean, dude, your stats are pretty impressive. I got them right here. You slashed 305, 381, 525 last year in South Bend, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs, 20 extra base hits, 33 runs in just 50 games, man. I mean, that's insane. Very impressive, dude. Second round pick in 2018 as well. So thank you so much for this opportunity, man. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for your patience, too. I know we both got busy and I had to reschedule a couple of times. So I really appreciate you for that. And I just want to commend you on your hard work because I know you got a busy schedule and you're a hard worker and you got a lot of goals you want to achieve. So first off, man, just tell us how you're doing and how quarantine's been going for you.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Of course.
Quarantine stinks, but I'm living in Arizona right now, so I feel like Arizona is the most lenient out of all the states, so that's kind of nice. But I don't know, just been trying to stay in shape. Working on swing.
I think you cut out for a little bit there.
Oh, did you
Sorry
not
about
get
that.
that?
Yeah, you're good. I think it's just the connection cut out, but I think we're okay now. But yeah, good stuff, man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should I
but
just start over?
yeah, you can just tell us a little bit more about quarantine if you want again.
Awesome. Arizona's been opening back up, so quarantine isn't as bad as a lot of other states, but it still is tough trying to social distance and not get in big crowds because you're so used to normal way of life and all that. So it's just been a little different, but I've been trying to stay in shape, stay game ready, working on swing mechanics, everything I can do to improve as a baseball player right now. Honestly, taking advantage of this time.
Yeah, for sure, man. Good stuff to hear. We're praying for all you guys. We know there's a lot of uncertainty with the season right now, and that's tough. But
Yeah.
good stuff. I'm working hard still. So, for those of our audience who don't know you, kind of tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into baseball, and also about we know you had a very decorated high school basketball career as well. So,
Yeah, so I grew up playing basketball, baseball, all the sports. I did it all. And then in high school, I just narrowed it down to basketball, baseball. I loved them both, but it was always going to come down to which sport I saw myself going further in. And doors started opening up for baseball, and that's just the avenue I knew that I needed to go. Um, Other background, big animal guy. Love doing outdoorsy stuff. Yeah, I mean anything active, spike ball, cornhole, ping pong, it's right up my alley.
love to hear it, man. Spike ball goes hard, man, especially this time of year. This is the perfect time to go to the beach and play or something.
Spike,
But
spike ball is the game. Nobody beats. I've never lost.
all right, man. So this is a tough decision for every baseball player because a lot of you guys have commitments and then you get drafted early. So what kind of made you decide that it was the right time to forego your commitment to Miami and just head into the pros right away?
It was tough. Me and my mom sat down and talked about it for a long time. And we obviously had a number and all that stuff, but it was just kind of the mindset of getting into an organization and knowing that I'm going to have the right coaching that'll help me develop to be the best baseball player I can be. Not not getting in, getting like if you're not producing, you're not playing. Just having a clear head and knowing that I'm going to get my at bats and I'm going to be able to develop, I'm going to be able to fail and make adjustments and all that was kind of what ultimately determined me going pro out of high school.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, and you just kind of mentioned it, your coaching staffs too. So talk to us a little bit about your high school coaching staff and your coaching staffs in the past few years and how they've really helped your development so far.
Yeah, high school, I learned a lot. I was definitely raw I mean, and I still have a lot of room to grow, but high school kind of built the foundation, and pro ball has kind of advanced it a lot. I think just getting more in depth in the baseball and the coaching staff and coordinators that we have on the Cubs is unbelievable, and it's really awesome how much they really care about each and every one of us and want us to succeed.
It's good stuff to hear, man. I mean, I've heard countless great things about that organization, so it's a great spot for you to be in. And so tell us a little bit about yourself as a player too. We know you play the outfield, and every player is different. So kind of talk to us about your style of play in both the field and at the plate. Some guys are more power hitters, some are kind of in between. And also tell us if you have like a position in the outfield that you're most comfortable in, or if you kind of just want to stay versatile and play wherever you're told to go.
Yeah, so I think my style of play is an everyday guy, gets the job done in the field, hits the cut, throws the runner out that tries to take the extra base, but doesn't try to do too much kind of thing. And then offensively, I think I'm kind of I try to be an all-around guy. Like I try to be able to hit for power, hit for extra base hits, but I try not to strike out. Try to put the ball in play, give myself a chance to help the team out. So I emphasize hitting for average and contact, but I will, because of my frame and my body, I'll run into some and hit for power as well. That's kind of the route I want to take moving forward.
Good stuff, man. And so baseball is a very mental game as well. I played it for a while, and confidence is key. I know I have my fair share of struggles with like being prepared mentally sometimes and just being confident going up the plate. So kind of talk to us about, I mean, you're a professional guy, so just like the importance of mental preparation before each practice and each game that you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, mentally, baseball is very, very taxing. It's tough to wake up every day for 5 months and go play a baseball game. If you're not mentally strong enough, you're just not going to be able to do that. Being able to take it day by day and not let the bad or the good roll over to the next day is the most important thing that I've learned with baseball. It's just so taxing on yourself, thinking about yesterday, trying to make up for stuff or anything like that, or going into the game too high on your previous day, thinking that you can just take that day off. Every day is so much different, and you have to be able to just block out the days before and start fresh and do the same thing every day.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, I commend you guys on it. You guys have a much longer season than every other sport, obviously. So it can become very challenging at times. So much respect to you for that. And so talking a little bit about the beginning of your career when you did enter the draft and then headed to rookie league. After that, we just talked about, you had a great season in South Bend. So talk about that transition from rookie league to single A, and what were some of the challenges of it and what you really learned during that transition.
Yeah, so when I was in the AZL rookie ball, it was kind of a lot for me, honestly. Out of high school, you're facing guys that are a few years older than you. They have a lot better stuff than high school pitchers, so it was really an adjustment. And our coordinators didn't really want to mess with our guys their first year there. They wanted to see where they were at and all that, so I didn't get a lot of help my first year, which was honestly good because there's nothing that they could have really done in season. I needed the off season to be able to work on some stuff. But the biggest adjustment I made was my approach going into South Bend season. I obviously cleaned up some swing mechanics, but just mentally what I was looking for at the plate and what I wanted to do in every situation was just a lot cleaner, and I had a routine going into every game. So it just made just like hitting easier, honestly, just mentally being prepared.
Definitely, man. And so you mentioned your time in the AZL. So going back a little bit to your season in rookie league, I mean, so you had your professional debut, which I want to highlight. You went 2 for 3, I believe, which is very impressive for going coming all the way from high school and doing that. So just kind of talk to us about that moment. I mean, I can't imagine just you're in high school graduating and then, you blink and you're playing as a pro. So talk to us a little bit about that moment and how surreal that was to kind of like be wearing a Cubs jersey and kind of make it there, even though you have a lot of work in front of you.
Yeah, I mean it's an unbelievable feeling. It's hard to just describe. Being able to get my first pro hit, my first game was just awesome. Really takes some pressure off. um, just I don't know, playing for the Cubs and such a historic franchise, and it's just awesome. The fan base is unbelievable. Being able to know that your hard work through high school and all the years before paid off, and you're finally doing what you wanted to do, and you're on your way. So I mean, far from over, but it's a good start.
Of course, man. And you mentioned the Cubs and how they've just really been a great organization, and what they've meant to you so far. So talk to us about the importance of locker room chemistry as well. Just being on the same page with all the guys, because even though baseball is like more of an individual sport, you still got the team aspect of it in a lot of different areas. So you can talk to us about like even going back to Little League, just having that team chemistry too.
Yeah, I personally love the Cubs because the guys they draft. Honestly, they draft quality guys. We don't we don't have a lot of like instigators or guys that just don't mesh well with the group. Everybody that the Cubs draft is just good dudes. They want to get the job done, gritty, hard nosed. They might not everybody has all the skill in the world, but they'll give you everything they got every day, and that's just what you love out of a teammate. And it's so easy to be on the same page as those kind of guys. So I think that's what makes having team chemistry very easy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's so important to just have hard workers in the building too, because hard work beats talent, as they like to say.
Exactly.
So important.
Exactly.
And you mentioned how the pitching's a lot different. So I got to ask, who's the toughest pitcher you faced so far?
Ooh, it's tough. I would have to say that Shane Baz was
Mm,
pretty good. Faced Matthew Liberatore too. Both were on the Rays at the time. They were both pretty good. I
yeah,
also faced them after I came off of a little injury, so wasn't seeing the ball great that day, but they were good still.
yeah. And that actually leads perfectly into our next question, which we know you had the injury before the draft, which was a hamstring, I believe, and then you had your right index finger last year. So kind of talk to us about
Yeah.
the adversity you faced with that, and because having an injury is kind of like being on an island at times. Just you're not with the team all the time, and you want to contribute and want to help. So talk to us about what that experiences or both of those experiences were like, and how you kind of overcame that adversity.
Yeah, so the high school one was tough because I was trying to produce for my high school team, trying to help whatever way I could and all that, but I really didn't want to push it too hard because I was so young and it's not worth like re-injuring myself. So that one was tough. I had to take a lot of time off, but I came back and did well, and the team did well. We ended up like third going into playoffs and then just choked the playoffs. But the index finger one, it sucked. It sucked pretty bad. Going to the yard every day knowing that my body feels good, but my finger just wasn't healed, so I couldn't play. So just mentally being locked in and cheering on your teammates and being a good teammate was what I tried to emphasize. And just trying to learn the game, taking the time to pick up different things, talk to coaches, and just staying mentally there, honestly. Because when you're hurt, you can check out so easily, and it's tough, but it's just what you have to do.
Of course, man. Definitely, yeah, definitely tough times to get through, and you just got to keep pushing through. It's harder to, I mean, it's easy to say that, but it's harder to do. So, respect for overcoming them. I mean, every athlete is going to go through that at some point, and it's tough, but
Yeah.
part of the process. And so, um, moving a little bit more to the baseball side of things, talk to us about, you might not be able to answer a player you model your game after because every player is so different nowadays. But tell us who like some of your favorite outfielders are today that you really like to watch and just kind of take notes on.
Well, one guy that I looked up to growing up was Lorenzo Cain. I love the way he played the game. Love the way he got after it in his heart and everything like that. Today, I mean, outfielders, Christian Yelich, Trout, those guys are just fun to watch. Mookie, Cody, all those guys are just. I kind of look up to Cody too because he came from a rival high school of mine down here in Chandler, so got drafted out of high school and now he's the dude on the Dodgers. So I mean, he just shows it can be done.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, I remember Locaine back in the World Series with the Royals, just making some ridiculous catches. That I just like I could have never imagined. I mean, I remember Ben Revere made some catches like that, but Locaine was just on a different level in the World Series. At least he was. I mean, some of the outfielders you mentioned just can't go wrong. They just play the game the right way with the right attitude. Great guys to look up to. And so we already talked a lot about how the Cubs are just like very family oriented organization, very quality organization too. So talk to us about how much of an honor it is to have that opportunity to play for them and, have the opportunity to someday play at Wrigley Field, hopefully, which is, I mean, they're one of the most historic franchises and obviously one of the most historic ballparks too.
Yeah, I mean the honors, as I said earlier, it's just an unbelievable opportunity. Honestly, out of 30 teams, I got drafted by the Cubs, and the Cubs just do it right, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. And I work as hard as I ever have. You know what I mean? Like it's just they push you to be the best player you can be. And that's just what I love.
Definitely, man. So important. Love to hear that. Glad you got drafted by them. I'm not from Chicago, but I go to college out in Chicago. So a lot of my friends are very excited for hopefully you coming up someday. I mean, they already have a
That's
talented
awesome.
team. And so just to all those people out there who are just diehard Cubs fans, tell them what they're getting in Brennen Davis from day one in the big leagues.
You're gonna get a guy who's gonna get the job done. You're gonna rely on him in tough situations. Always gonna have a smile. Always gonna love playing the game. That's what you're gonna get.
So what's most important, man. And so we're gonna just wrap up with a few get to know you questions just for fun. So best dugout food is it gum or sunflower seeds, and what flavor?
Definitely gum. I chew gum every time. And if I'm chewing seeds, it's barbecue. Just because it doesn't burn my mouth, because the salt and regular seeds just absolutely fries my mouth.
I feel that, man. And then, who would be your favorite baseball player or athlete of all time if you had to pick one?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. All time. Wow. That is very broad. I need a second.
You're good. Take your time.
Um, I mean, all time is a tough one.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna go current player.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Cody Bellinger just because I grew up playing against his brother, and I just think that's pretty cool. That and just looking up on what he's done and have that like I just model what I'm trying to do after him because he's done it.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see somebody who came from the same area do what you're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. One of my friends is actually from Chandler and plays for our college for baseball. So I know it's like a lot of you guys are getting really good out there.
What's his name?
Carson Slater, he's from Arizona, plays for Wheaton College for
Okay,
baseball. So, but yeah, I know
that's
like
cool.
Cole Tucker is out there too, working right now.
Yeah,
Like you guys got a lot of talent out there building. So, respect to you guys for
yeah,
putting them on the map for sure. Um,
appreciate it.
so yeah, of course. And you're a hard worker, as we mentioned. you got a very busy schedule. So what's like your favorite thing to do on an off day when you get time to just relax?
Ooh, off day. Well, I just went golfing, so I mean, trying to be the next Tiger Woods. No, golf has been kind of my go-to lately, but love to swim, love to hang out with friends, big movie guy. Love hanging out with my dog. Spike ball's been a big one. Had a spike ball night the other night.
Ooh,
Just anything like that.
what kind of dog do you have?
It's called the Legato Romagnolo. It's an Italian water dog.
Wow, I've never heard of those before. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look that up after we're done. And you just mentioned you're a big movie guy too. So what's been your favorite show or movie that you've watched since quarantine started?
Ooh. I've watched a ton. Favorite though, not sure. You just can't go wrong with the Marvel movies. I've probably rewatched all 20 of them.
Yeah,
Big
great.
Marvel guy.
Great stuff. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, they never get old. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, I should probably rewatch them because I'm starting to run out of things to do too. We just got out of our red zone, so we can finally like go do some stuff. But so yeah,
That's nice.
thankfully, yeah. But thank you so much for your time, man. Really appreciate you. I'm excited to see where you head in the future. I think there's a lot of big things ahead. I think you have a lot of talent and a really good mindset too. So I just want to commend you on that. Is there anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, I just want to say thank you and go Cubs.
Of course, man. All right, I'll let you go, Brennan.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.